What's going on, boys and girl? Here we have my 1993 Honda XR600R. The color scheme is not 1993, but I like this better. So I picked up, I believe it's a 1988 gas tank on eBay, and then got UFO plastics the front and the rear fender as well. And then I got an Acerbi Elba front number plate, and I have currently running inside there. It's a bulb that I found online, but it runs off of AC power, but it's an LED light, and I've had no issues with it so far, and it's been running good for at least 10 hours so far. And it's not DC, so it's AC running off the AC current, but it is an LED, which is different than normal. So hasn't blown out. Regular rear light, just a running light, no brake light. I picked this up off of eBay, I believe. This rear toolkit bag, new seat cover. I bought this motor with an issue with the stator, and I was able to get a Ricky Stator 200 watt. It's the 200 watt rewound, or I guess it's their own aftermarket stator, but 200 watt output, so it's got extra pigtails under the seat for extra power if you need to. Got a K&N air filter, has a new old stock carburetor on there. The guy previously had it, said that he thought it was the carburetor issue, and it was actually a stator issue. So other than that though, I put the Shinko SR241 tires. I love to run these on most of my bikes, a lot of my bikes with the Trials type tires. Got new fork guards, and I ran it for a little bit when I first got it running, and it had pretty bad engine noise, and I thought it was a top end. So then I went out and bought new hot cams for it, and I took out the stock cams and put hot cams top end in there. So got rid of so I have a manual decompression lever right here, but I got rid of the auto decompressor on one of the cams, the stock Honda OEM cams. The exhaust cam has a auto decompression on there, so that's all taken care of and gotten rid of right now with the new hot cams. But yeah, so what else happened? Oh, so then with the issue I found out was that the connecting rod, the big end on the connecting rod, was actually bad. So it was running with a bad big end bearing, or the big end needle bearing in the connecting rod, and there's two copper shims on either side of the connecting rod on the big end, and those were basically gone. So I sent out the crank to Tom Morgan Racing, and up in Wisconsin, and he put in new hot rods, crank, Preston balanced the new crank for me. I put new Honda OEM crank bearings in the bottom end, new gasket kit, and pretty much slapped it all back together. Cam chain tensioner is good. Cam chain was good, and yeah, overall it came together pretty well. Got a new chain, smaller rear sprocket. It came with a massive rear sprocket. It was for hill climbing or something like that. It was like a 54 tooth rear sprocket on. Now I think I have a 48, or no, less than that. I think it's like 44. I forget exactly. But yeah, I got some aftermarket pegs here. I have the stock ones for it still, but I wanted to try some of these just for better feel. I found the flying saucer of the original rear sprocket that was on it. This is my hand compared to the rear sprocket. As you can see here, just absolute massive unit, but I'm sure it climbed hills really well. So I think I have a 1540 something on there now. This actually was a 60 tooth sprocket.